Hey guys, Marsingen here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be jumping into the SYN Shenron stage over here on Global, because of course we do not have the Omega stage yet. That will be coming out as long as the schedule doesn't change because of sync plans and stuff, right? That will be coming out in November with the Tanabata Full Power LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Carnival Omega. So as it stands currently, this is one of the tougher stages. Like if we discount the, or disregard I should say, the Dismal Future Red Zone, this is one of the tougher stages on Global, probably just because of the AoEs more so than anything else, right? Like Physical Sin is able to put out a pretty insane amount of damage in one turn. So we're going to see how we get on with the Future Gohan full 200% Future Saga team. I think he himself should be very, very good by the time we get to the final phase. And obviously Omega is one of those events where at least the earlier phases aren't hitting as hard. So it does give us a chance to build up. I've just noticed though, unfortunately, we have the other Future Gohan in slot 7. So I guess we need to do this, right? So we don't end up with them both on the same turn. So we'll do this because they're going to get hit twice anyway. Then you guys can grab these, and then we just want Future Gohan just needs to get, yeah, we just get the 18 key, so we get the chance to do an additional super. We get our extra damage reduction. The good thing about STIN, like I was saying, is you can kind of coast a little bit in the early stages, as we've seen with the many Heroes versus SYN attempts, right? Like, we only ever lose in the int phase if it's a type disadvantage unit taking a super. So, with a team like this, we are going to be well positioned to just kind of build up some of our units in these early stages. Although I wouldn't be surprised, depending on, like, if the units pop off, we could get through this first stage very, very quickly. So, we kind of need to, it sounds weird to say, but, like, we kind of want to hope for, like, not great RNG. So that we can, you know, we don't want to get tons of additional supers and crits, for example. So we actually have a chance to get our units built up. So, of course, as I say that, the blue boys get yet another additional super here. Not the best turn for them and no support, so their attack stat's not too crazy, so that's fine. Gives them a chance to get some extra build up, so if we do get to the end. I mean, this team, of course, the 200% Future Saga team is absolutely crazy. Like, we have the possibility to get to, like, the Physical Sin, where we're going to have, like, Gohan's Domain, his active skill, fuse into Vegito with the blue boys, tech Vegito, like, going blue and having the 100% dodge. Like, they're going to be crazy, right? The new STR Trunks, I'm not really too sure, because I guess it depends what sort of HP you're starting the turn at, because his start of turn stats can be kind of low if you're on full HP, and then he gets his defense buffs and stuff from supering. So if you're getting, like, you know, if you're in the physical, I guess the physical phase is fine because of the type advantage, but if you get to, like, the AGL phase and he's doing his AoE, like, in slot 1, I could see that STR Trunks potentially getting caught. Like, maybe I got very unlucky in the runs that I did yesterday when I showcased my one, but I definitely was not impressed with that STR Trunks. I think once you get to the Physical Sin, you might be okay. But again, if you're starting to turn on full HP, even with a few stacks of his defense, he's only at like 300 to 400k. And Sin's AoEs in the physical phase can still do some pretty decent damage. I guess with the damage reduction on top, if he's attacked 6 times by then, I think he'll be good. But you're not fighting a Realm of Gods enemy, so he doesn't get the guaranteed additional super. That's the thing I would worry about, right? Like, getting to the AGL phase and he's only done like 1 or 2 supers, and then the AoEs could be pretty bad for him. But, I mean, he definitely could work in this event, but I'm not a huge fan of that STR sub-EZA Trunks. Alright, so we get one more turn here on the int phase. Kind of good, because we've been able to get our rotations a little bit more set up. In fact, I probably should... We started with basically all the units that I wanted on different rotations on the same rotation, because we probably should just get the blue boys floated off here now. So we can get an extra stack for Vegeta and Trunks, and then we'll just do this, get a little bit of our HP back, push the Dokkan gauge up a little bit. Trunks and Vegeta get a couple more hits, so they get a bit more build up. And then obviously their 18 key super, they stack defense. So you want to get their 18 key super with them as much as possible. And then, yeah, they'll just finish him off here with the additionals. All right, so that means the blue boys will come back onto the next rotation with the other future Gohan. So we're kind of set now with the rotations that we want. So yeah, in Zamasu is decent. Definitely not like a super top, like you must run him on the Zamasu team sort of build or pick. But he is good, I think. All right, so future Gohan on this turn has 400k defense. He's still got 60% damage reduction in slot 1. I wonder how much he would take from a super, because Hearts, because I'm so used to doing this, the heroes attempts now, Hearts has guard, but takes like 250k in slot 1 from SYN. Now, future Gohan has type disadvantage instead of guards, like the opposite, but he has 60% damage reduction in slot 1. So I wonder how that sort of factors into how much damage he would take. Let's find out. So we'll do this, and then we'll get the physical orbs for Gowasu and Zamasu. So yeah, see, normal attacks we take double digits, which is what I would expect, and then we get to super 10.5 million from future Gohan. I do love the like Dokkan original thing as well, of him doing the special beam cannon. I am loving, like, obviously Beast Gohan does it in the movie, but I am loving these like more Gohans doing the special beam cannon thing. I think that's very cool. But yeah, now if he was to take a super, sadly we don't get to see that. Like, he would not take a huge amount of damage, right? 80% damage reduction after supering. And raising defense on each of his... I mean, look at in future Gohan. He's rocking a 10 million attack stat as well. Like, this rotation is pretty damn good. The double Super Saiyan future Gohans. Is he really going to save it? Okay, I thought he was going to save it up for Gowasu and Zamasu. 21k. Basically nothing. That's crazy. Alright, well, you love to see that. And then Gowasu and Zamasu, 35k if they don't dodge. That's not terrible. And then, of course, now Vegito Blue. Can't be touched. So yeah, if we float him off here, we get him back onto the turn with the blue boys. So I think that works nicely. So we'll do this. Grab these. Oh yeah, SYN's getting absolutely annihilated this turn. Look at this. So yeah, Trunks and Vegeta are fully built up now. Gohan takes double digits from the AoE, which is what I would expect. SYN's AGL AoEs are not that powerful, and even before attacking, he still has 60% damage reduction, so he's going to be perfectly fine. And then these guys will save their active for the actual physical SYN stage. But yeah, SYN is getting absolutely cleaned out on this turn. Right. Now, Gohan is missing out on support and some of his attack stat links, right? So his attack stats, not crazy impressive. This is obviously before his domain and the active skill and everything. I think it's a good balance, right? Because of how ridiculously good he is defensively. And he is doing like 3 supers. So even though the attack stats were only like, what, 4 to 6 million on average, roughly, he did 3 of them. So you can't really complain. And then he's after supering 80% damage reduction. So, you know, I think that's still pretty good. I really am enjoying this new LR future Gohan. I think he's incredibly good. So Vegito Blue are going to finish off Tech SYN here, and we can move into the last phase. Now, what turn would the blue boys were on turn 1, which means they don't have guard anymore, which is something we have to be very careful about. He's only AoEing at the very end though, so well, you know what we got to do. We gotta do what we gotta do.
I will defeat you.
Imagine future Gohan trying to fight SYN Shenron.
Stop acting like a pampered baby, Gohan. I know you've got more power in you.
Yeah. I just love that active skill so much. It's so good. But yeah, blue boys can't fuse, which is unfortunate for them, but you know, will they need to? Is Gohan just gonna cook? Maybe. This is the rainbow friend, so we'll do this. Do this. Now, as long as they don't eat a super, they should be okay, right? So this guy does very often super in slot 1, which future Gohan, it'll be interesting to see how much he takes here, because with the defensive buff now from the domain, So let's see. How much are we taking? We did the active skill, which I believe counts as him supering. Although maybe it doesn't, because I feel like with 80% damage reduction, he would take less damage than that. I don't know. Because the way I understand that it works is that doing the active skill basically counts as like attacking. Or so does it not count as an 18 key super? Because he has to 18 key super to get that extra damage reduction. So I actually don't know how that works. But I mean, him obviously 240k slot 1 pre-super is really good. If he's post-super, he's taking like, you know, barely anything. Because not only is he getting the extra defense from each of his supers, he gets the extra 20% as well. So I think that is still pretty good tanking from him. Now we know that the blue boys are only going to have to take normals. It depends how many supers they get, right? Because they're going to raise their defense for 1 turn. Yeah, Gohan gets damage reduction when he does the 18 key super. So I don't know if that counts. Plus SYN does lower defense. That is true as well, actually, yes. So yeah, I'm actually not sure. Either way, future Gohan, absolute beast. Absolutely love this unit. Now, are the blue boys, is this going to be fuel for the blue boys haters? We couldn't fuse. They did get a bunch of supers, so their defense should be pretty good here. How will they tank these normal attacks with no guard? Oh, they're getting another one as well. Okay, they're really going all out to not throw here. This is like best case scenario for them, right? Just getting all their super attacks. So then they take 252k. Wow. Yeah, okay, that is a lot more than I expected. Is there another normal as well? There is. We're actually going to die because we couldn't fuse. Wow. There you go. But look how much damage we did in 1 turn. Yeah. Damn, that is actually crazy. Okay, so this run, we've got back to the physical SYN. I played around the blue boys a little bit more this time. I didn't really do that in the first run. I was just kind of going with the flow. We kind of were talking about it a little bit before we started recording this last part as I played through the first 2 phases. I think a good strategy for the blue boys on this team, because the Future Saga team is very powerful now. So if you get Vegeta and Trunks on Vegeta and Goku on turn 1, I think it is a really good play to float them off, right? Because then they come back on turn 4. And then you can play it by ear, where if you get to turn 4 and your team has basically lost no HP and you're just steamrolling through the stages, then you float them off again. They come back on turn 7 and you can just guaranteed fuse because you have a full Future Saga rotation. Or you can do what we did here, where we got back to turn 4 and Gawasu and Zamasu the previous turn had eaten a couple of attacks and not dodged, so we had dropped below the HP threshold. So that means I could then keep them on rotation, not heal too much, and then now here we are on their next turn, turn 6, and we drop below the HP threshold and we can fuse. So that's one of the things. As much as I do not like their transformation condition, I think it could have been better. There absolutely are ways that you can play around it. Like if we hadn't lost enough HP, we'd have just had to float them off again. We probably will still see turn 7, so we would have got to see Vegito come out. Although I do 100% agree that it is kind of disappointing sometimes when you can literally only get Vegito out and it's like the final turn, because we want to see that man go off, right? But, you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead here. We could actually just 1-turn him now when combining Vegito and Gohan, because we will use the animations now. Oh, I never actually got around to turning them off. So this is now going to be an absolutely crazy turn, because Future Gohan's going to use his active skill. Now, bear in mind, because of the domain, Omega is now taking more damage from everybody on the rotation. Everyone is doing 30% more damage. And we're about to fuse into Vegito, who is effective against all types. We're going to use his active skill because we're below the HP threshold, which then means he gets a 100% chance to dodge. So yeah, we are going to be absolutely cooking Omega. This is the first turn. I say Omega, SYN, you know. It's not Omega until the actual Omega stage, but SYN is getting absolutely cooked here. Do I take the risk of Gohan getting supered in slot 1? Because we know he will live, because we saw him take a super on the previous run. Although that was the rainbow one. And is this my one? Oh no, this is the friend one again. Because I could just use... are we actually like... Oh, we're like 5% above his HP threshold for the active skill. That's actually crazy. Well, I guess we will do this then. Because we know... Actually, We've got so much HP. I saw the bar was at half, and I was like, oh, actually, is that a bit dangerous? Until I remembered that Future Gohan's 200% Future Saga team has 814k HP. So even when you're at half health, you've still got like 400k health. So let's go ahead and do this, and then yeah, unless as long as Gowasu and Zamasu don't sell against the AoEs, this should be all she wrote for. Truth somewhere out there is his dodge sense is tingling, and now he's maniacally laughing. But yeah, there you go. I don't know what the friend's build is, but Future Gohan dodging the slot 1 super, you love to see it. So yeah, this team is just going to absolutely annihilate this man. So this is, remember, again, turn 1. So let's see just how much damage are we actually going to do. Because Gowasu and Zamasu are not going to be able to do much if he's still alive by the time it gets to their turn. But Gohan basically doing half of SYN's health all by himself. Alright, Gowasu, dodge. Yes, good boys. There you go. And then Vegito, 7.2. Obviously, this isn't the best turn for Vegito because he shares a few links with Future Gohan. I think he might actually get... Does he have Godly Power? And does Gowasu and Zamasu have Godly Power? Do they have that? I'm not sure if they do, actually. But obviously, he gets a lot of extra links from, like, the God links, right? Like, linking him up with the other Vegito Blue and stuff like that. So, he's obviously not going to be at his peak here. But he still has the potential to just go absolutely crazy. Get multiple supers here that are effective against all types. I mean, we are still going. We actually might not kill him here, which, I mean, you know, I was hoping we might. If we were on the turn where Vegito, I think we needed to be like 5% HP less, and we could have gotten Vegito's active skill, which not only would have done more damage, but then I could have put him in slot 1 and just guarantee dodge everything, and that would have just been absolutely insane. But, yeah, look at that. He's got 2 and a bit health bars left after the first turn. That is actually just crazy. And then, yeah, even Gowasu and Zamasu post-super not taking that much damage, right? 76k. That's not great, but we'll take it. And then going to get Super Saiyan Gohan transformation here. Are we done? Is that it? Is it GG? Because this Gohan can use his active skill. Yeah, it's GG. So if we do this, because we can bust out this... What does that make his defense? Actually, let me check what the friend Gohan's build is, because I want to see what got us that dodge in slot 1, because he might have a full dodge build for all we know. He has, is that 19? Yeah, 19 dodge, 12 additional, and then just the 5 crit. That is a pretty good build for Gohan, especially if you do want to try and use him in slot 1 more often than not. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, I gave my one. Mine has... Oh, that's the friend one again. Mine has 1 dupe, so I gave mine additional and dodge. So mine has 6 dodge currently and 11 additional. If I got the extra dupe, then obviously we'd have the gold skill orb slot available. So I would give him a bit extra dodge. But yeah, so now, I mean, we just use Future Gohan's active skill. And is it just GG? Does he just kill? Let's just get it in the video again. I'm not at the point yet. We're still in the honeymoon phase, right? So I'm not at the point where I'm sick of seeing it. I don't know if I ever will be. There's certain active skills that I just never get sick of watching. Like Bardock's transformation, AGL Bardock transforming into Super Saiyan. Certain animations I just never get sick of watching. So, well, it's just so good. There's a guaranteed crit for 10 million. And then there's the KO screen as well. Look at that. You did it, Future Gohan. You saved the future. It was just a weird GT alternate future. But good work, Gohan. So yeah, there you go. That was the STR Future Gohan Future Saga team versus SYN Shenron. Definitely very powerful. This Future Saga team now is just absolutely crazy. Definitely one of my favorite teams at the moment. I mean, that, you know, I'm sure that's just a recency thing. Like when a new team gets a ton of buffs and they're fun to run, then obviously they're super fun to run, so they become one of your favorite teams. But this team, I am very much loving how they run, loving the synergy, love the units. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.